Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 8 o'clock. My name is Brad Stewart, and tonight we're going to be having a short, concise history of how Go Foods came to be with the current product line that we all enjoy, this Serve, Save, and Share product line. So, as I was preparing my thoughts tonight, I thought of a couple of things. I had a chance to go visit with my father, who's in a care center, small town in Idaho, and really has been a great mentor and a great example in my life. As I was sitting there visiting with him, I realized something he said to me once, and this was the thought process. Now, I always like to take an opportunity to share something that I believe is meaningful, and hopefully you will too. Have you ever felt like in life that you're the only one that's climbing your particular mountain? And it could be many things. It could be health, relationships, physical, emotional. We all sometimes feel like we're climbing a mountain that no one else is climbing. But the fact of the matter is every mountain that has been climbed by you or someone else, more than likely others are climbing that same mountain. And it's interesting, I can so vividly remember after I'd been married about 15 years, I was in Mexico one time and complaining to my father on a little trip with my father and brothers about just the circumstances of being married and all the things that it took to, handle a family and community things and scouting and church and all of that. And I said to him, Dad, you don't have any idea of how hard this really is. And he just looked at me and said, son, you just don't understand. I've been there and many before you've been there. You're not living and climbing your own mountain. We've all done it before. And I just remember him saying with a lot of conviction, like, you'll someday understand. I guess the point that I wanted to share tonight was it doesn't matter where you're at. You could be in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever time of life that you happen to be in. There really are no guarantees. We all have to do the best with what we have to work with. We're human beings that have so many aspects of our life, from spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, financial. And know this, just remember that whatever you're climbing, others are doing it at the same time. You're not alone. And generally speaking, people, as we get more mature, realize that others are still struggling with the exact same things. And sometimes it's just nice to see someone who may be struggling. You've been there, or you have empathy, sympathy, whatever you'd like to call it, and go up and say something to them that will be meaningful. Go up to somebody this season and tell them they're not climbing this mountain alone. You know of somebody, you've felt it, you've been there. It's amazing when someone will put their arm around you and tell you, I know how you feel. So there's my meaningful thought tonight to start the call that I like to always bring up. It's just something that I've always enjoyed when people do that with me. Tonight what I'd like to do is just share with you a brief history of Go Foods and how the product line that we're enjoying came to be. For many years, people thought in terms of putting away food supplies, from gardens to actual canning, mason jars, whatever experience that we may have had in the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years, we've come a long ways. 30 years ago, our founders, they had been using and putting together the very best, what I would call bulk food supplies for years. And about 5 years ago, after putting cookbooks together and working with some of the best minds and putting away bulk foods, and then what it would take to combine those dehydrated bulk foods at the time of needing them, they had put some amazing recipes together. They had pulled together all the raw ingredients from potatoes to carrots to peas to pastas and having seasonings and spices on hand. The process worked, but you'd have a high level of skill to accomplish that. About 2.5 years ago, they said at that time people were using different types of packaged foods, but no one had really stepped forward and said, we are going to go out and source the best raw ingredients. We're going to dehydrate them in a way that we can preserve this top quality food in the time frame and the heat by which they dehydrated, that to keep the raw products as efficacious as possible and as bioavailable as possible. And they also took the time to go out and find out the very best technology with mylar pouches that were 100% light barrier. So from a scientific standpoint, they knew that they had to find the best packaging to completely remove all light. And the three things that impact the ability to store food long term, to put away a food supply for 15, 25 years is to dehydrate it properly, to remove all the moisture, to keep away from sunlight, and ideally remove the oxygen. So if you can remove oxygen, take care of the sunlight barrier issue, and dehydrate using the correct technology and using the right ingredients, you could get the long, stable shelf life. Now, they solved that early on, and they've continued to work on that. That was a difficult part, but the most difficult part was then sourcing the raw ingredients to make sure under their guidance that these foods were the very best. No hydrogenated oil, no trans fats, no genetically modified, foods that were high in fiber, foods that for people that had nutritional needs where it could be soy-free or gluten-free or lactose-free. Understanding halal and kosher certification, they understood that they would have to go through the process and the manufacturing would have to be so precise they could do those things. So they sourced right, they used the current technology, they found the best things they could, but then the part that's so amazing to me and the foresight that they had 2.5 years ago was they spent large sums of money to source and formulate the very best chefs in the world and the best flavor houses to come up with these great entrees. We have these great entrees covering all types of American, Italian, Asian, Latin. They were able to come up with, I believe, the most amazing soups that you can find anywhere. We have 6 amazing soups. We've got snacks. We've got the best granola, the best oatmeal, the best pancake, the best baked goods. And if you've not had a chance to sample them, one of the great things, if you're just on this call learning more, you can sample these in small quantities if you choose to. You can buy them in affordable packs. And we actually allow everyone to actually sample not only our beverages but our food at no cost for a nominal shipping and processing fee, where they can get over $30 for the food and beverage to actually get a feel for the quality of our products. We literally put our money where your mouth is, and we've literally put millions of servings of food, of the Go Foods products, into the marketplace. So the history's very, very exciting to me because it has a base of 30 years preparing for 2.5 years ago when they said, we're going to take all of our knowledge in bulk food supplies, take that now and put these into gourmet meals that you can take and cut that pouch, and with adding anywhere from 3 to 5 cups of water and boiling that, you can prepare it in less than 20 minutes, have a beautiful meal on your table, looks good, smells good, portable, lightweight, take it camping, take it fishing, put it in your cabin, take it on a trip with you somewhere when you think you want to cook some meals affordably for your family. Folks, these meals are the best meals available in packaged, long, stable shelf life packaging you will find anywhere in the world. So that's a little bit of the history. 30 years to get there, to formulate the amazing soups, entrees, baked beverages. Our tea product, our coffee product is the best in the marketplace. Every product that we have tackled, we have set the bar on a scale of 1 to 10. We've attempted to make it an 11. Understanding our nutriversal icons and what they represent, our company has a rich history, 30 years of preparing to produce some of the greatest food on the planet. You know, food is our greatest dependency. And when you can show somebody a path to affordably enjoy our food, we call it the 842 rule. The average cost to buy a meal prepared in the marketplace is $8 when you go out. It's $4 to prepare it in your home, and it's less than $2 when you purchase a serving, which is a very healthy serving of food from Go Foods Global. We make it so that it works. You can serve it in your home tonight and enjoy it. So there's the history of Go Foods, how the basics of the product line came together. My name is Brad Stewart. I'm the president of the company. Thanks for being with us this evening. Thanks for taking the time to learn more and know more about what we do. And to all of you, good night from Go Foods Global here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Good night.